is about intimidation. We are saying that our people will not be intimidated. Our people will not be intimidated. Yes, they will not. You arrest. You arrest. You arrest. You arrest and keep. You keep everywhere. We are saying that our people will not be intimidated. We refuse to be intimidated. They will keep where they are keeping, everywhere they are keeping. But we are saying that we will keep on marching on. We refuse to be intimidated. Refuse to be intimidated. Now, this takes me to the next about some elites, some Libyan elites who are saying that our boys in Libya left or elsewhere should drop their guns. Are they mad? Now, we have seen Paul Tasson. Paul Tasson, this greedy, selfish, nicompom, pandestawa, shameful, nonsensical elite. An elite who call themselves elite of Libya Lem. They went and held a meeting in Boya. Now, Libyan elites, they should have gone to Libya Lem. Are they Fako elites? Why would they hold a meeting in Fako? Are they from Fako? Why should Paul Tasson and the rest hold a meeting in Fako? Are they from Fako? Why can't you go to Fontem, Menje, Lewo? What about there? Go there. Go there and hold that meeting and say, drop. You are afraid now. You are afraid. You are afraid now. You can only run your mouth in Boya. Yes, you are afraid. You see, they can only run their mouths in Boya. They are afraid. They cannot go to Libya Lem. When Libya Lem has able warriors from there, you see the red dragons, they are there. And Libya Lem has able fighters like General Ivo, like Comrade Chris Anu, like Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga, and many others who are from Libya Lem. Now they have the audacity to go and sit in Boya under a comfortable home, and they are talking about talking about that people should drop their weapons. Who told them that that's the route to go? No. Our self-defense forces will not be disarmed. How can you tell me to disarm even before dialogue or negotiation? That you are telling me that our forces should disarm and come for dialogue? Is it madness? Not crazy? How can you say our forces should disarm before coming to dialogue? Now, so you want our people to disarm, so that when we disarm now, then you surround us and kill us and say dialogue. You failed. Which Paul Tasson and the rest, all those allies who are not meeting in Boya, if they send you, go and tell them that you have not seen us. Yes. And for anyone who is preaching that disarm, no. When you look at the conflict, we are now at the arm stage. The conflict is the way that you have to negotiate. Even during periods of negotiation, everyone will keep its arm. Yes. Our boys will keep their arms even during periods of negotiation. Yes. And even after our independence, we will make sure that we borrow from USA, because we know that we will have aggressive neighbors. Yes. We know that we are a small fish. Inside, we will have aggressive neighbors. Nigeria has only shown us that they'll be very aggressive by exposing our leaders. Yes. We have aggressive neighbors. We have Nigeria. We have Republic. So even after independence, we will make sure that citizens will have the right to buy. In fact, we will make sure that they have the right to buy enough arms to arm your own self. Because even after independence, we are going to have people who are aggressive, people who are very angry that it has gone. So, but let me talk for now. Please listen. For all those who are calling for negotiations, for all those who are calling for dialogue, none of us, we don't refuse dialogue, we don't refuse negotiation. At the end of the day, whether we fight, we will end on the table. But we are saying that our boys, on no condition, shall they lay down their arms. Come on, no way it will not happen. Now madness, no, when the things will be full. So you tell and say, lay down your arms. When you lay down your arms, then come and dialogue. Now madness, Who are they to even order us? Who are they to order us? If the government is ready to negotiate, if the government is ready to dialogue, the government knows what to do. We have given them those conditions. Listen, we are the aggrieved party here. We are the ones that our community is being burnt. We are the ones that they are killing us. We are the ones that they burn our people alive. We are the ones that our people have gone to Nigeria. Our people are now in the bushes. We are the part which is being tormented. So therefore, we don't have anything to do. Don't tell us that when we drop our weapons, it will be dropping our weapons shall never. It shall never be a precondition for that. It will never over our dead body. It will never. In fact, anytime we hear the word of negotiation dialogue, we must take self-defense. Yes. Anytime now, listen to me. Listen to me now. Listen to me. Self-defense forces. Those who are cruising Gazero. Anytime you hear the word dialogue from the mouth of any nigga pop in the Republic, increase self-defense and times 2. It means the response of any self-defense group when you hear that in dialogue, that in negotiation, is that you should increase your self-defense from us. Yes. When you hear us pronouncing the word negotiation or dialogue, it means that you should increase self-defense times 4. Yes. Yes. Because it is self-defense that will take us to Boya. It's self-defense. Anything is secondary. Secondary. If you hear us, moi, Magbareta, or anyone calling negotiation or dialogue, it means we are telling you that increase self-defense times 4. When you hear that word from any colonial agent, increase it times 10. Times 10, because that is the only word that they listen. What other nonsense? How can Paul Tasson, this Libyan, foolish, greedy, shameful, empty last elite, claimed, and said, our boys should lay their weapons down. Now, provocation, Paul Tasson should be very careful. Should be very, very careful. And any elder should be very careful. Don't say those, you are trying to anger, now you see Paul Tasson. Now, when the red jackets now in the BLM, when they retaliate, now you will say they will retaliate. Now, you know the might of people from the BLM. You know how they fought the Germans. You know how they are very strong. Now, Paul Tasson he has insulted people from the BLM. He has insulted the self-defense force. Now, it means they will not go to react. They will react. And Tasson, they will get you wherever you are. You think you are free. They'll get you. And all those who attended that meeting in Boya, we have your names. We have your names. Because there, thank God, we had someone who was there, who took the names and the names. All of you, we have your names. That is why even Paul Tasson mentioned and lied that Amazonians are not in the bush. Yes, Tasson, we know. You lied. You said it over that Amazonians are not in the bush. That those who are in the bush are people who are going to farm. So Paul Tasson even insulted us to even lie. In fact, he's lying to glorify the Republic. When people are in the bush running from soldiers, Paul Tasson will lie and say, no, Amazonians are not in the bush. So you see the insult. See the insult. Listen, guys. Nowhere in the world that you tell fighters to drop their weapons before dialogue. Nowhere in the world. Nowhere. Happens nowhere. Which means that because when our leaders at any point in time, when they sit on the table of negotiation, now we call it mediation, it is the self-defense people on ground zero that will give them voice. It's like when Tasson and the rest were in Bala, when they were in a negotiation meeting in Bamenda. It was those Okada boys that were out that gave them voice. If not, maybe the presence of those people there might have even weakened Tasson and the rest to even give up. But when Tasson and Fontaine and Bala, when they knew that they have people outside that are stayed outside for many hours, they know that if they dare, if they come out, they will deal with them. They will deal with them. And they too could also increase their voice to say, okay, but you see, we're not alone. I'm passing this. That is why we are saying that if there is any negotiation in the future, self-defense actions must be going on. Because our leaders will turn and tell you and you see, now I can talk, but look back home. the boys are acting. Look at, it's not me, oh, it is Ganzoro. Yes, it's not us. It's not us, oh, it's Ganzoro. It's Ganzoro which is acting. It is Ganzoro which is dictating the pace of the revolution. It is Ganzoro. It's not us. It's not Magbarita. It's not Tapang. It's not us. It's not us. It is Ganzoro which is dictating the pace of the revolution. Yes, because if Ganzoro said today it ends, it ends. It ends. It ends. I will never hear shouting and talking. So it is Ganzoro which is saying that they want to have their independence. Yes, we on social media, we abroad, we are mere facilitators. We are mere what? Call it Facilitators. We are what? We are mere facilitators. Yes. Yes. Diaspora with a voice. We are mere facilitators. We only transmit the message. Hear me, right? Hear me. We transmit the message and we galvanize. But the actions are done by Wata. Not be also, not be us. Yes. Without Ganzoro, we cease to exist. The truth. Without Ganzoro, we cease to exist. Without Ganzoro, there is no diaspora. Without Ganzoro actions, all of us here will be making our empty noise on social media. Yes. But we cannot talk because Ganzoro is talking. That's why we must respect Ganzoro. That's why we must respect those soldiers who are fighting, giving their lives. So Paul Tasson and any elect should be very careful when I mention that word dialogue. It is the place of the regime to make sure that we negotiate. It's not us. They are very quiet. They are quiet. They are observing. They are playing games. They are thinking that by the time it is October, they will come and have their elections and go. It will fail them. It will fail them like how 92 failed Nijon Funi. Yes. It will fail like how 92 failed Nijon Funi. It will fail them. Listen, we are saying that we will not drop our arms. We will not drop our equipment, our right to defend our community. We will not drop it. In fact, we are encouraging more and more to get more and keep. Yes. 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 We will not drop it. We will not drop it. We are saying that we are open to negotiations. Of course, from the time of consortium, they have been singing it every day. They have given basic conditions. And these conditions still last up until today. The Indian government has said, listen, if you want to call negotiation, call it, or what? In a neutral place. We want the AU to be there. We want UN to be there. We want France and UK as colonial powers to be there. What do? Release every single person in Ganzoro. Release them. Give their freedom. And pull away your forces away from Amazonia. If La Republique means business, if La Republique is sincere that they really want to stop this fight, La Republique will release everyone from New Bed to Boya to Yaoundé. They will release everyone today. And they will say all their forces back to their barracks. If they send their people back to the barracks, it means that our Russian forces will have no one to fight. Abi, not be true. If today, La Republique say, every soldier back to your barracks, our boys will have no one to fight. Not true, no? Our boys will have no one to hunt. We have no one to hunt. They won't have any dog to hunt. They won't have any dog to hunt. They will only be there in the community. They won't fight against their civilians. No. So, La Republique has the magic card. It's not us. Don't tell us to drop our weapons. The only thing which is giving us now protection. The only thing which is giving us hope. The only thing which is giving us the sense that Amazonia will be free. You want to, Paul Tasson, be very careful. Paul Tasson, be very careful. Be very, very careful, Paul Tasson. Be very, very, very careful. And all of you who are holding your mouth are saying, put the job that is. Are you mad? Are you mad? So, we are saying that it is the place of the regime to say, okay, today, I am signing a degree, Pobia. Every single soul released. And then we'll cross-check to make sure that every soul is released. 1. 2. All military people out of Amazonia, when they have put them away from Amazonia, 2, And then we will not say, okay, negotiation. But meanwhile, our forces will not drop the weapons. No. They will be stationed in the various areas to make sure that we don't have betrayal of incursion from them. Yes. Then they cannot go now and start negotiation and dialogue on the root cause. Eh? Root cause. Okay, what happened? What went wrong? What can we do? Okay, we now understand. But this is where you fought at. This is what happened. Eh? And all those communities that they have burnt, it will be part of the negotiation. Everything will be part. So it is not on us. So please, commanders on ground zero, warriors, in fact, get more materials. When you hear any word dialogue on the show, it means that you should multiply self-defense by 10. When you hear it from us, it means multiply by 4. When you hear it from the Republic or any of the agents, it means multiply by 10. By 10. Yes. By 10. We will only disarm after everything must have been settled, after we are sure that we are not under any colonial bondage, and after we must have hung our flag in Boya. That is when we are going to say, okay, chef, okay, it's that. So that message has gone to Port Asong. Now, next, there is an issue coming up. They say UN peacekeeping service. People, wait, don't go. Let me drink water. I am hearing that we have seen on a social media. Listen there. Wata. People, listen. Whether the rumors so on our true, us, those of us that we are on social media, educating, talking, we have seen some communications. People saying UN is planning to send peacekeeping force to Amazonia. It is fake. Now, listen to me. This is the handiwork of La Republique people. They know very well that we want UN. They are looking for things to excite us. You know, when they sit, they check, they look at things that could excite Cameroonese. If they don't see, it's okay. What can we do that will excite this Ambazuzu? This fool, they call us Anglo-fools. But they are flocks. Yes, they are flocks. So when the flocks, let me use the word flocks. When the flocks sit, when they sit and they think, what can we do to excite these Ambazuzus? They call us Ambazuzus. They call us Ambazuzus. They call us Fangofools. Yes, we accept we're Fangofools. No problem, but they are flocks. Now, they now send communications out that, hey, the UN peacekeeping force is coming to Amazonia to do fake. There is no way the UN or AU will send any peacekeeping force into Amazonia without first and foremost having a security meeting or AU meeting. Nothing for now is happening. Nothing for now. The UN doesn't function in space. The Secretary General of the UN doesn't have the powers to just sit and approve peacekeeping force into Amazonia. No way. It doesn't happen that way. There must be a UN security meeting or GA meeting, or there must be an AU meeting that they will sit and deliberate to see if they can send a peacekeeping force. Yes, we want a peacekeeping force. The peacekeeping force is not coming to tell us that job help us. No, the peacekeeping force is coming to protect civilians, and why we keep fighting in our hot zones. Yes, peacekeeping force are not coming to tell us to stop. No, if they are coming, they're not coming to stop. So now, this to me is fake. There is no peacekeeping force coming. Fake news. And even if it has to come, they want to infiltrate. You know, when they say peacekeeping force, you will not see the white. Don't expect to see white man. You will see very black us. And it will be, you know that La Republique contributes also to UN peacekeeping force. La Republique contributes police and army or gendarme to UN peacekeeping. Each nation in Africa, in the world, they have a quarter of their force that they send to the UN as UN peacekeeping. And so, when they send these foolish Cameroonese, these flocks, who are part of the UN peacekeeping, you think they'll be coming to keep peace? No, 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 no. They'll be coming to relay information to La République. Because even UN is crooked. UN is crooked. UN is corrupt. UN is very corrupt. That is why I like my Donald Trump. I like Donald Trump. You see, even in a recent G7 meeting, Donald Trump walked out of the meeting. Walked out and blast even his ally. That's why I admire Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is a leader who is showing strength. He's putting America first. No matter what Americans think about Donald Trump, I love Donald Trump. I supported him to be president of USA, and I'm still proud of him. I'm proud of him. Yes. Even though that's a foolish thing that's used. But I think he was right to say Africa shithole country. Yes. He was right. Cameroon, Pobia, shithole country. Yes. He was right. But again, my people. Now, let us take the good parts of Donald Trump. The good parts. You saw how he's dealing with these European leaders. Yes. Because in Africa, we are weak. We put our interests in AU. We are weak. But see Donald Trump, he is putting America first. So therefore, we as Amazonians, we must put Amazonia first. Yes. Yes. We must put Amazonia first. Yes. Yes. So don't that nonsense of peacekeeping. UN is crooked. UN is very corrupt. Very corrupt. You see, UN scribes on wars. The UN won wars. That you see, they won wars. Because when they have conflict, they have money. You see, look at all the UN people. They're in car. They're in all those conflict zones. They're in Syria, everywhere. It's because when there is no conflict, there is no war, there is no UN. So UN, you see, that's why UN could not intervene very fast in Southern Cameroon. Because they want it to reach the side where they will have money. You see, now, they are only asking for $15 million to come and help. To come and help in Amazonia. Meanwhile, ourselves, look in Nigeria, it is us Amazonians who will be providing help for people in Nigeria. Even in Southern Cameroon, we see our brave Aya Foundation, which is 10 times more than UN. 10 times more than UN. Do the job. Do the job. Do the job. Yes. If we Amazonians, if we want it, we can fund Aya Foundation to the point where they have enough money to crisscross across Amazonia and do the job for us. Not the cook UN. Because UN, they strive on corruption. Yes. It's a very corrupt body. They strive when there is conflict. Don't mind that thing they say peace, peace. It's lies. It's lies. It's lies. They want to see more blood. In fact, that's why Donald Trump said UN is useless. It's useless. So that nonsense of UN peacekeeping force or security council, you see, they are there. They are there. When there is conflict, they send more weapons. You see? Because if the time we're saying you intervene, if they had intervened, we will not be here now picking up arms. But they know that in fact, I can say UN deliberately want us to pick up arms. Yes. Because now, who are those benefiting? Who put the arms? They put the arms in the West. Now, we pick up arms, they make money. They make money. Because we are forced to buy it and defend ourselves from the Republic. Now they are coming in terms of, in quotes, Red Cross, in quotes, humanitarian. Now they are asking for money. They are asking for $15 million. Not even all of that will even reach our people. Yes. Not will reach. They will make some peanuts. They will buy back rice, some soup and give. Much will be embezzled. The embezzled. That is why the UN people, they are making money. Yes, these people, they make money because when there is no wars, when there is no conflict, they are not happy. They are happy when there are wars and conflict. That's when they make money. That's UN. UN strives on wars and conflict. So that nonsense that peacekeeping force is coming, fake. Our people must not put an ear on that. Fake. It is fake and fakest. If truly there is a UN peacekeeping force coming, we should see. It will not be hidden. Republic. We should see a UN Security Council that should condemn the Republic. So the Republic, you have breached Resolution 1608 of 21 April 1961, granting independence to the former British territory of Southern Cameroon. That's what we should see. We should see UN holding and said, hey, La République, your boundary ended in Mongols and Metasm. La République, according to UN Resolution 1608, you breach the independence of Southern Cameroon and you are breaching their territorial integrity. That's when we accept you agree that UN are sending peacekeeping force. Have they had any meeting? You don't see anything. So don't rely on those useless messages going on WhatsApp and Facebook. They're fake. They have been sent by agents to turn your head, to make you to feel excited. No, we have passed the stage of excitement, please. This revolution is no more an excited stage. No. We were excited in 2016. We were excited even in 2017. Now, in the era of self-defense, we are no more excited. Now it is deal. It is bam bam from bam bam. It is bam bam from bam bam. Nonsense. So please do not listen to that foolish nonsense of that, what they call UN peacekeeping force. It will not come. If they are coming, let us see a council. If it is AU, let us see. And we must have a say. We must tell them where they are going. So that nonsense, if you see on Facebook, just forget. It's fake. Now, this now takes me to the next issue. Oil and gas. Hey. You see here, my people. It was Britain, the Britain person in charge of Trust Territory in Southern Cameroon in 1960 that they said Southern Cameroon is not financially viable to have independence. They lied when Resolution 1608 gave us independence. They maneuvered with France. They connived with France and sold away Amazonia. They thought that Amazonia had nothing. Okay, listen to me. If the main reason, listen to me. The main reason, facially, that UK gave was that Southern Cameroon was not financially viable. But after 50 years, if it has been proven, listen to me, proven, P-R-O-V-E-N, proven, P-R-O-V-E-N, proven, if it has been proven that after 50 years, Southern Cameroon is that base, is that part of the Cameroons that is feeding La République. Yes, it has been proven that Southern Cameroon, after 50 years, has enough resources to take care. It has been proven after 50 years that Southern Cameroon is even larger and has a viable economy more than 70 countries in the world. If it has been proven that Southern Cameroon has the resources to be on its own, then what stops us now after 50 years plus to reclaim our statehood? So UK is hypocrite. They sold us. They lied because we have seen a document that I put. We saw a document that it was published in California University then, that Southern Cameroon is rich, that Southern Cameroon has the potentials to be an El Dorado in many years to come. But they connived with France, and so the Queen, they gave Southern Cameroon was their gift. It was a gift. They gave it. Then now they turn around to sign a deal with Cameroon to exploit our oil wells in Victoria. You see the hypocrisy. That is why Patricia Scotland could go to Cameroon and receive her own gold statue from Paul Biya. That is why the SG of the UN came to Cameroon and received his own gold statue from Paul Biya to continue to put Amazonia under bondage. That is why they cannot boldly call out La République for killing. That is why even the US saying that they are committing genocide, they are quiet. What evidence again does the UN or UK need to show that La République is killing us? What have they done? They have sent more than 400,000 100,000 refugees to Nigeria. They have sent more than 200,000 into space. They have burnt communities. They have burnt people alive. They keep killing. Look at the recent Menka massacre. What again does the UN or even UK need to hold Pobia responsible for genocide? What again do they need? If it is not bad faith, it is not international conspiracy against Amazonia. Yes, it is international conspiracy against Amazonia. Yes, there is an international conspiracy. And UN is involved. UK is involved. France is involved. But US is free. That is why the US could come. Now tell me, have you seen France coming out like that? Have you seen UK coming out like that? It's only US. Because this is a country that doesn't like nonsense. Yes. Yes. That's why you see the US ambassador came out and called it point blank. But look at UK. They're dancing. They turn around now to sign an oil deal to continue to... It will not happen. It will not happen. It will not happen. So we are telling that new age that it will only happen when they sign a contract with a democratically elected government of Amazonia. For now, we're at war. So the new age oil company should just, you see, now, even though it's a new age, but all of those UK companies, they have to expose their deals. It was the UK government, because under the Brexit issue, they have to announce every deal they make. You know, UK is still leaving AU. And under the Brexit issue, they have to announce. So the UK government announced that they have made a deal. How can you make a deal with the government? Because the money that you will pay that government, it will fund the military. Yes. So that new age oil gas is indirectly committing genocide in Amazonia, because they will use that money to fund the military, to buy more weapons from the very UK, to use it on us, to kill us. So therefore, as Amazonians in the UK, in fact, those in the UK should even stage a protest. They have the right to stage a protest in Down Street, to call Theresa May, that Southern Cameroons, it will not be again their pawn. Because the money that company will give Pobia and his government, in fact, 50% of it will be stolen. That money, you will see even in Victoria. In Victoria, they will even bring the college employment. You will see. They will even bring their Cameroonese to occupy all the posts, because it will not even benefit us. Because even the workers that will drill, they will bring from Medea. They will bring from Samanima. Yes. It will not benefit us. If Sonara and Pamo, if they can pay tax in Victoria, in Douala, yes. If they can pay tax in Douala rather than paying it in Victoria or in Zian, what more of an oil and gas company that will come? Who told you that it will benefit us? No. It will not benefit us. It will benefit the same Cameroonese. We say it will not happen. Because they are going to ship in Cameroonese from Medea, from Samanima, from the west, from the north. They will ship them in, cheap labor, and they will bring them. Even the very son of the soil in Fako, they won't take them. They will fool the chiefs. You know those chiefs now? Those chiefs are corrupt. They will fool the chiefs with some millions, so that the chiefs will not open their eyes to see how many quarter of Fako boys and girls are working there. Because normally, when you have those things, we should have first and foremost, the indigents of that region have to be part and parcel of that. But no, they will call those few Fako chiefs. They will bribe them, those chiefs. They will give them some huge money. They say, sit quiet. And the foolish chiefs, they will take their money, sit quiet. They will maybe create a so-called council or something in the oil and gas. They will put one or two chiefs there. At the end of the month, the chief will be receiving his money. The chief is fine, but the community suffers. So please, that oil and gas will not benefit us. It will not benefit the people, because even us Amazonians, we will not benefit. All the top jobs will be expatriate. And even the small top jobs, which will be meant for so-called Cameroonians, it will be Cameroonese. We know these things. We have seen it. Example, go to Sonara. Sonara. How many Anglophones are there? It's Sonara. It's not even French. It is Douala. It is Basato. Sonora has been given to Bassa. Sonora is not even French or English. In Bassa, they get men that they get men and Anglophones. But what matters in Sonora? Everything is Francophone. You go to Sonora, you get either French. Now there is a school in Sonora, an elite school. They have their school where their children go there. It's an elite school, very good school. So it's an elite society. So I say that no, not in Amber, not in Amber. We refuse because they claim that it will not benefit us. It will not benefit us. It will not benefit people from Faco. It will not benefit Amazonian. It will benefit only Francophones. Yes, because now their fights are already being prepared. Now the government already knows who to ship from Edea, from Bala, from Madukam, and they are going to make again Limbe to be very populated with Francophones. Limbe has already been taken over by Francophones. Limbe, you go to the market, Francophones. You go to park, Francophones. You go to Okada, Francophones. You go to hospital, Francophones. It's French. It's French. So that can come in, even though it is UK. But people forget. So we are saying that oil and gas, in all angles, it does not benefit us. Because the money from that, the tax will not be paid in Victoria. It will be paid in Ghana. The money from it will be used to procure more weapons from UK. So it's a dual game. They say, come and drill oil. When you drill oil, give us money. We are going to buy UK weapons. They will buy weapons in the sense that to fight Boko Haram. Now fake. They will buy. La Republic is cash strapped. They need money. They need money. So therefore, that is why as Amazonians we must use our might in all means possible. All of you in various offices, in various high places, we must use every means possible to make sure that drilling, that oil company does not take off in Amazonia. And so I'm thanking all of you who are in Twitter to call off this company. All of you that you have written, we must not give up. We must continue to use our non-violent, resilient approach on social media, on Twitter, to call out this government or this UK oil company to halt. They should halt. When we must have restored our independence in a few months to come, then we shall make our businesses open. They will apply, and democratically they will apply, and they'll be treated fairly. If they win the bond, if they win the contract, we will give them fairly. And they will make sure that they employ our people, us. We, sons and daughters of Amazon, will be employed. We will not be having Francophones there or Cameroonese who will speak Bassa and French. No way. No way. No way. No way. So therefore, my people, that is why we must use every means possible to attack this oil gas company on media. We must write articles. Those in UK must make sure you call Theresa May. You can even organize protests that this company, this UK government is trying to fund that Popia to fight us. No. It is very, very difficult. And what is good for the goose is good for Uganda. If UK can allow Scotland, Scotland joined UK. Just like how British and Cameroons joined La République. But because we are Africans, because we are fools, because they look at us as like lesser human beings, because we are poor, we don't matter, because our leaders, they have sold out. They said no. But when Scotland said no, Scotland, which is part of UK, when Scotland said they want their independence, what happened? UK allowed them, which means UK was prepared to say, Scotland, you can be independent. Yeah? UK allowed them. And Scotland, they went out, there were voices for yes and no. Both parties went out for the referendum, they campaigned, and the people of Scotland, the Scottish, they said no. They are better off in the United Kingdom than be alone. And that was okay. Their referendum spoke. If Scotland would have said they are going out, UK would say, okay, you are free to go. So why should UK refuse us our own right to be independent? What's the difference between British sounding Cameroons and Scotland? What's the difference? What's the difference? If they did not destroy our federal parliament, in our years of West Cameroon, we had our own police force. We had our own prime minister. We had our own presidency. We had our own educational system. We had our own everything. We should have been a very far developed autonomous region by now. I'm not sure we should have been opting out. I'm not sure. If we still had our House of Chiefs, our parliament, our police force, we would not, I'm not sure now we'll be sent out. No. We would have instead consolidated the so-called unity, like how Scotland did. Like how those in Quebec, in Canada are doing. Like how the Flemish people are doing in Belgium. But La République and France and Britain, they sold us. They sold us, and now we say never again. Now we say wata na wata. Never again. Never again. Yes, so if Scotland has all the right, had the right to vote. So I'm saying that if they doubt us, give us that referendum. Give us a referendum who will make a field level. Those of you that you say you want to stay in the union, you will go on the field and campaign. Us, who will come home and campaign. And let the people vote. If the people from Amazonia, if they vote and say, okay, we want to remain with this union, we have no choice than to remain. But now, we are saying that the people, by their actions, by their deeds, they want an independent state of Southern Cameroons. And we are going by that. But if you doubt us, if you have to tempt us, if you think that we stand for federation, test us and give us a referendum, let's prove you wrong. Even with your mechanism to fake, to steal, you wouldn't even succeed. You wouldn't even succeed. You wouldn't even succeed. What are nonsense? So please, my people, we must continue our pressure on this oil and gas nonsense. This company, New Age. Let's continue to call them out. And I want to thank officially all our Western partners. I've seen Bill Button. I've seen many of them who are on Twitter helping us. These Europeans, many helping us. I want to appreciate them. I want to thank them for doing that. Saying that we must continue our tweeting warriors issue. We must call out this company that they are not allowed. And they should be aware that our self-defense forces on ground zero will not give them breathing space. We will not give them breathing space to come to Victoria and employ Cameroonese and steal our resources, steal our manpower, pay tax in Douala, then fund La République. Yes, there are too many things. That company will come, they will steal our resources, one. They will steal our manpower because they won't employ us. They will pay tax in Douala, not even Victoria. They will use the money and pay to La République. La République will use it to buy weapons to fight us. Now wait, see. We said no. We said no. Now, this takes me to one other video. This nonsense issue of Northwest-Southwest divide. I thought we have said there is nothing like Northwest-Southwest. That was killed as early as 22nd September 2017. So, let me not just address this because I saw a useless video from one lady in the USA who called herself maybe Esther, who claims to be a relative of Minister Mengot. She was trying to say some innuendos. And after that, I've seen some people trying to say innuendos. We are saying that the people of Southern Cameroon, Amazonia 1, we will not, you see, it's a game. It's a game they are using. Minister Mengot is not passing through his sister to send out what? A small house. A small house that the so-called, the very military brought it down. And he's coming. What is that house? What is that house in Manu? Brought down, that was raised by the military. Yes, the military raised it down. So they will accuse us. And then now they will not come out and start saying Northwest and Southwest foolish. Foolish. Minister Mengot has he not seen homes that his own colleagues are building in the Republic? Because they are there. They are also marginalized. They are there, nothing. You go and build a home. That home in Manfe is more than the thousands of people who are in Nigeria as refugees. That home in who called herself Esther. We made a video with pencil for face, for mop and face, like a new devil. Is it like my you don't die hook up? Eh? You don't say the enemy of Menyanga when it comes of this thing. How do Menyanga put red lips? He carry a black eye. He put on round lips. That's the Menyanga. So you really insult us with the Menyanga. But Mama Yang, go. My mother came from Manu. Yes, I bang the pikin. Eh? Bang the people that they make Nyanga very well. You see, bang the boy and girl, they make Nyanga very well. When they make their eye, put Nyanga with their face. You come with your Nyanga big face. You can't talk foolish. Minister Mengot's sister, who calls herself Esther. Be very careful. Very careful. Very careful. And let me just leave you because you are very inconsequential. Now, but the issue is that she tried to raise the issue of northern southern zone. Please tell her that we have passed that stage. That in Amazonia we don't know northwest, we don't know southwest. We are all sons and daughters of Amazonia. We are all Amazonians. But of course, like any country in the world, people come from different tribes or so. We recognize the fact that we have different tribes in Amazonia. But we are all Amazonians. That is why in Lebialem, we have the people fighting. That is why in Manu, they are fighting. That's why in Bonge, they are fighting. That's why in Meme, they are fighting. In Fako, they are fighting. Those who are fighting did not come from Northern Zone to fight. No way. It's an insult. Those who are fighting in Lebialem are indigenous people of that area. Those who are fighting in Manu are the same indigenous people of Manu. Those who are fighting in Bonge are the very indigenous people of Bonge. Those who are fighting in Bangem, in Coupe, in Meme, in Fako are born and bred people of that area. So you should stop that nonsense trying to you see, they have tried, they are shocked. You know they are shocked? They are shocked. They were always thinking that the Southern Zone is their baby. We have shocked them that you see, these so-called elites, they were using this political theory of Northern and Southern Zone to occupy. So they always thought that, so in quote, Babena man na the more like trouble. So they have always fed this notion that Southwest, the Southern Zone, is that zone which is peaceful, is that zone which is saying yes to Pobia, is that zone which is glorified, is that CPDM zone. You fail. Foolish. Now, the people have disowned you, the elites. The indigenous people of Manu, of Lebialem, of Bangem, of Tombel, of Kumba, of Fako, they have disowned you. They have shown you, they have exposed your nakedness to Pobia and the world to know that you elites are on your own. You are there feeling fat, you are on your own. We have disowned you. We have disowned you. And if you set your foot in that area, we will arrest you. We will arrest you. We will arrest you. You can only land probably in Boya and Victoria for now. If you set your foot in Bangem, in Meme, in Lebialem, in Coupe Mangem, we will arrest you. To show you that we are not in control. Yes, we are not in control. If you know you have bomber hat, you elites, go to Lebialem, go to Coupe, go to Bangem, go there and organize that you are foolish, Pobia, thank you, and see for yourself. Go and see. And see. We have destroyed you. What again do you have to tell Pobia? What again do you have? We have destroyed that nonsense of Northern and Southern Zone. Is Chris Andrew from the Northern Zone? Is Tapan from the Northern Zone? Is Akon from the Northern Zone? Is Akon from the Northern Zone? Is Molan from the Northern Zone? Is Ayapop from the Northern Zone? Is Bala from the Northern Zone? I am from both Northern and Southern Zone. I am even more Southern Zone than Northern Zone. Yes. I am even more Bayangi than Banso. What are nonsense? What are foolish? And we have the able diasporans from both areas. When we fight, we don't look at tribes. No. All of us, we are fighting. And so they are shocked. But people don't be, when you listen to that thing, just jump and pass. They are shocked. They are shocked that this generation could be able to destroy that nonsense of northern and southern zone. That what around nonsense, what foolish. And when we hear that word of Southwest North South from the mouth of any person who arrests you, what of your arrest? What around nonsense? What around nonsense? As a people, collectively, we will free Amazonia and we will make sure our nation, Amazonia, is divided into different counties, and we will make sure everyone pays allegiance to the flag, and we will make sure everyone falls in line with the constitution. We will not tolerate tribalism. We will not tolerate nepotism. We will have a free, democratic, the most beautiful flora and fauna in Africa. It will be in amber, because we will develop our land. So help us God. So don't bother about all those. Minister Men got a sister where you can't talk foolish. Nonsense lady. You can't disgrace me buying people. Buying people are very intelligent people. They're very intelligent. That is why the war began in Manu. Yes. Because people from Manu, they are very intelligent. That is why it began in Manu. Until today, they are still defending their block. What around nonsense? You come and speak foolish. Wata. Let me take water. Okay. Now I'm done with so-called Esther. This now takes me now to the Ayers Foundation. The Ayers Foundation. I have a plea for Amazonians. We have seen on the media what the Ayers Foundation is doing. The Ayers Foundation is an independent foundation. The Ayers family is even a family that even believes in fatalism. The Ayers Foundation is not linked to any diaspora groups or movement. Not to me, not to the Indian government, not to anyone. The Ayers Foundation depends and relies on open donations from Amazonians. For people who want to offer humanitarian help. And so therefore, Amazonians, hear me, we have as a duty, not even like people that want independence, we have it as a duty as human beings, to make sure we support and protect the Ayers Foundation. We have seen what they are doing. We have seen how they go into the field, various areas. Some of you have been saying the Indian government should collaborate with Ayers Foundation. It means you don't like the Ayers Foundation if you make those type of statements. You know why. So you have been saying that no, we should collaborate. No. You know the moment you start linking the foundation with any other issue, you are putting them in a very difficult position. So I try to make us understand that, please, some things are good not to be said. We as human beings have this duty, because that's the only foundation now that is at least doing something. There are many others doing things. For example, we have the Makongos family. They are doing a lot also. But the Ayers Foundation is one of the families which is doing things that we are seeing. They move around. Even if they cannot reach to everyone, but they are doing something. We saw it, and they started immediately after September 22nd. When they saw how many people were wounded and were left on their own, they said, what can they do? So please, don't try to start saying Indian government should collaborate, because Don't me say it. Don't me say it. I don't me say it because you know. Social media is good, but it can be as well as dangerous. That foundation is independent. It doesn't compete with anyone. They rely on everyone, whether francophone or anglophone, to donate and help. That's what we should be doing. My role now is to ask you Amazonians that please make sure you fund that foundation. As individuals, please. As human beings. I'm not asking you as Amazonians. I'm not asking you as someone who serves independence. I'm asking you as human beings. People that you sit and you see the whole in our land. Make sure you go to the Ayers Foundation page. You get their PayPal. You get their this thing, you can collaborate. As an individual also, on a name, if you are in the diaspora, some of you in the diaspora, you have a lot of money. You can collaborate with them in your own name. For example, you can say, okay, my name is Che. On behalf of Che families, I reach out to Aya. I said, the Che family want to help with this amount of money. That's how you can help the Ayers Foundation. Help them to reach out to more persons. Help them to offer more help. Help them to offer more help to people who have been displaced, even before the fake UN comes. Fake UN comes. Because they are doing much help. So I'm saying that people should help Ayers Foundation as individuals, please. Rise up, families. The Chess families, the Agbos families, the Congos families, the Barras families, the Williams families. You have your family, all of you are abroad, you are there. With 121 CFA, with 200 as family, you can raise that money and say, Ayers Foundation, take, this is my family, take and say you can provide part, take and say you can help those in the bushes. And they'll do it. You have said that they've been very transparent in what they do. So I'm asking us, not as Amazonians, I'm asking us as human beings, as people that we should have heart for people that are in this place, families, friends. Make sure you support the Ayers Foundation. You can do it. You can do it. Do it. If you don't want to be public, you can tell him that please don't say public. Just go ahead and do it. Please, we have to, because that is our own Red Cross. It's our own Red Cross, and we should be grateful for the services that the Ayers Foundation are putting in. I won't talk more on that. I won't talk more on that. I won't talk more so that our words should not be misconstrued. But I'm calling on you, please, people of the world, please endeavor to see how you can support that Ayers Foundation. Now, this now takes me to my trip to Buea. My trips to Buea. My trip to Buea. Before I say anything about my trip to Buea, I, on my name as Mark Barretta, and as the CEO of this platform, I want to call upon you, all of you that you are watching me, that if you believe that this interim government is your government, if you believe that it is that structure which is out there to guard the revolution, I am asking you that you must, as a matter of fact, continue to fund my trip to Buea. It is our duty to fund my trip to Buea. You have to continue to fund my trip to Buea, because it is very, 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 very necessary. I know that most of you have raised a lot of concerns. I've been reading on social media. But when you have concerns about your government, when you have concerns about your group, it is not about calling or saying that stop the funding of Maichi Boya or so. No. We in this platform, we will not take that route. We in this platform, we will not tolerate loud voices who are insinuating that people should stop to fund Maichi Boya. We will not. Because we are aware that the Maichi Boya, the Ambassador Self-Defense Council, has a lot of self-defense groups that are within them that they are helping. And I want us to be very clear on this. I'm saying that we should fund Maichi Boya. If you think that you cannot fund Maichi Boya, then send your money to Chang Shoes. Chang Shoes of the ADF, they are out there every time putting that fund. Because some of you are out there only making noise, only trying to deviate the revolution, only trying to send foolish innuendos. Some of you are out there making statements in which you don't even own any group on ground zero. You are out there on propaganda. But it is time we start coming against those propaganda, block by block, post by post, video by video, article by article. It is enough. Some of you rely on what ground zero forces are doing. You rely and you claim that you have a group on ground zero. It means you have no group. You come on social media, you claim that this group is a group, this is like this, and you raise foolish nonsense innuendos. I said it's time that I will start from tomorrow Monday. I have said from tomorrow Monday, I will keep aside my friendship to any leader, to any friend, and from tomorrow Monday, I'll make the duty now. From tomorrow Monday, it will be post by post, article by article, video by video, to come against every individual. Now I don't care. Please don't tell me it is fight on social media. Don't tell me it is fight. Don't tell me Mark Barretta said behind the scene. Don't tell me Mark Barretta don't fight among yourself. No. Don't tell me. It is over. Right? It's over. Don't tell me that Mark Barretta said behind the scene. Mark Barretta don't fight. No. We will fight, but the revolution will not fail. There be arrest. I don't understand. This revolution don't fall. There be arrest Bala. It don't fall. Time they will remove Mark Barretta from Ivory consortium. It fall. It will not fall. So long as this revolution is a revolution, it will not fall. So we will fight. We will fight. Yes, I said we will fight on social media. We will fight. We will fight. I said therefore from tomorrow Monday, it will be post by post, article by article, video by video. I will not care about my relationship with any leader, with any friend or foe. I will say it as it is. People come on social media and run their mouth that the own group will be lies, foolish. Just because they want to deviate people from funding Maichi Boya. I've said most of you here in diaspora, you make them out. You don't fund. You make them out. You only a mouth, you don't fund. We are saying that now. I've said that I've said, you know that I, Mark Barretta, by my own being, I've endorsed all groups. I have endorsed most groups apart from the Scoopish. Yes. You see me, I block on all groups. I support because I have acknowledged the contribution of those groups towards the homeland. But it is sad, it's very bad, it is bad faith, it is hypocritical that when Mark Barretta supports your group, you are happy. But the moment when Mark Barretta starts supporting the IG and say IG this, you turn around and start making innuendos. And start saying, why? No. If I support your group, why shouldn't I support the interim government? I'm saying that I am on my own and I will support initiatives as I see it. I will not fail to call any group that have been calling the interim government out. I will not fail. I think I have been one of the only activists that some people in the interim government even doubt whether I support the interim government. Yes. Because people in the interim government, they'll tell you, in WhatsApp groups, they'll tell you how I bash them very hard. They'll tell you. So without any doubting, like my friend Uchenna and Nelson, so without any doubting, they went asking Mark Barretta, why do you keep promoting AGC? Why do you keep promoting ADF? Why keep promoting them? Why can't you just leave them away and just focus on my children and focus on IG? Nelson Ochoba will tell you all the time. But I said, no. No, why should I stop when I see that the agency or ADF is doing something good? Why should I talk about them? Why should I talk about them? Why? When I know that the ADF has one of the most, has a very structured group on ground zero, why should I support them? Why should I support Morris when I see Boyle doing things? Why should I support Akwanga when I see it doing things? Why should I support the IG when I know that the people are with the IG and the IG is doing things? So you're hypocrites. When I support your group, you are happy. When I raise money for your group and fund, you're happy. By the time I have to raise money for another group and talk, you start saying, hey, this, that, it will fail you. So I'm saying that all those who are coming on social media to make up propaganda, you end. Because me, Mark Barretta, I have to claim, me, there is no information which passes around without me knowing. None. I may not come on social media and say it because it's not everything that will be said. There is no information which goes around without me knowing. None. None. Not on Ground Zero, not the diaspora. None. In fact, let me be part about that. I'm part about that. Let me part about that. People sit in the diaspora and claim they have groups on Ground Zero. They don't have any groups. When they are hit on Ground Zero by different groups, they come around claiming. That it will stop, It will stop. I mean, seriousness, it will stop. Because I can tell which group acted in a full hour. I can tell which group acted in Bagundu. I can tell which group acted in Itiki, in Mato. I can say it. In Pelo, in Fundo, I can say it. Don't let me start saying things here that I'm not willing to say. Because I sit quiet, I don't talk about groups. I use restoration forces. You come and when people go on Gazo and what? You come and show me that and you steal their glory because you want foolish. You stop from tomorrow. You stop. Now I've drawn the line. You stop. It will stop. No more. You go outside. I go outside. You stop. That foolish will stop. So please, I'm saying that before I come into my Chidi Boya in Papa, I'm saying that diasporans don't only end by mouth. Put your money where your mouth is. Fund my Chidi Boya. If you have any doubt or you don't want to fund, then tend to Changshus and fund. Don't sit. You don't fund Changshus, the ADF. You don't fund Sugadef. You don't fund my Chidi Boya. You can make the loudest noise. The loudest noise on the media. The loudest noise. At least, if you're not funding my Chidi Boya, I should be seeing you funding Changshus of Ayabacho. Or fund, if we fund Sugadef. For me, it's okay. I don't have any problem. I don't have any problem if people fund Changshus. After all, the money is used on Ground Zero to fight. I have no issue. No problem. Because I know the ADF, I know their worth, and I know what they can do on Ground Zero. Also programming on social media making foolish propaganda and making noise. Run their mouth when they have nothing to show. Nothing at all. Nothing. So they control group A or group B. What other nonsense? It will stop from tomorrow. It will stop. And then me, when I'm very angry, I say things, When I'm very angry, I say things. I say from tomorrow, it stops. It will be post by post, block by block, article by article, video by video. If they care, let them say we are fighting on social media. What other nonsense? Now, let me not tell you what happens in Ground Zero. Listen, there are many self-defense groups which is coming up every day. Listen, we did not plan for this war. Amazonians did not plan for this war. This war met us. It met us. None of you planned for this war. I came to Europe to find my Gary. I came to Europe to fight for my life and my family. I came to Europe because of the economic stagnant in this thing. And that's how many people came to Europe, to fight for themselves. Nobody came to Europe to prepare for a war in Amazonia. Our people in Amazonia, they were busy going ahead with their life. Nobody planned for the war. But the war has met us. The war was declared upon us. And we have embraced it like man boys. We have embraced it like men and women, able to show that we have the right for our statehood. We have embraced it. Nobody planned planned for this war. And those who are in various frontline movement and groups, including the IG, they are not superhuman beings. That's superhuman beings. They don't expect that you want this and it should be like that almost immediately. That's superhuman beings. There are other people who have families, who are also putting things together. All of us, we are fighting together. So people should not behave as if someone is an expert. None of us is a military expert. None of us is a military expert. None of us. No one in the self-defense groups has gone to a military school, has been a soldier. None. Even those who fight on ground zero, none of them have any military experience. So therefore, we must know how we run our mouth on media, saying things. We must listen. On ground zero, today, this force will come. This force, they come every day and every day and every day. Me, Mark Barretta, there is never a day I don't go to bed without having phone calls from a group. Either this group is calling from this village, Mark Barretta, this is my group, this is my picture. They will show me pictures with this. Listen, before this group, before they have to join the Ambassador Certificate Council of the Indian government, there is a process. Because if we leave it so open and wide, then we'll bring in a lot of infiltrators that you not imagine. You don't imagine. So when people sit and see maybe a group on social media with 10 guns or so, this guy's start shouting, hey, my children, hey, this, that. Listen, any group can just sit somewhere. Maybe we have said block by block. People are buying the initiative block by block. Yes, block by block. Each day, groups develop. And this group, when they say, okay, one will say, today I'm coming over, I'm from my group. They might take 1 or 2, 5, 10 people, mark their face, take their damn guns, put on social media. It is a process. It is a process. When these groups, when they meet me, most often, when they meet me, I will ask them, where are you based? First, I'll ask them, has anyone in the interim government come to you? Are you working with the interim government? Are you working with the ASC? Most of them, they will say no. How do you expect that these groups can be helped even without the ASC even knowing that these groups exist? Yes, there are thousands, many groups on Kansero. Some are in the ASC. There are many that are independent, doing their things. Most of them actually, you see that there are people doing their things independently. For example, the Wata is an independent group. That group met me and said, Mark Barretta, we need medications and we need granite. I asked them, are you not part of the interim ASC? They said no. Are you part of the ADF? They said no, they are independent. Where are you based? They said, how many people do you have as fighters? They gave me the fighters and even gave me the names of all of their fighters. They said, Gang Barra, we have been carrying our actions independently, we have been doing things, this is what we did, and this is the last video of what we did. And unfortunately, they even lost 2 of their fighters during that show. I said, okay. They said they want me to link them up with the interim government. I said, okay, don't bother. And I have linked them up with the interim government. The interim government, the ASC will follow up. The ASC will make sure that those fighters are identified, make sure that they are genuine, and they cannot bring them and support. So it cannot just be so open. There are many groups there on Council doing their things without even the Ambassador Certificate Council, without any ADF, without any SYL, without even just doing that thing, because they have bought the idea of block by block. They have bought the idea of defending their own block. So therefore, they form their group, they go, they pick their damn guns, and they go and fight. So it's a process. So the issue of bringing in real AKs, bringing in all those issues into Council, is not something for the media. It's not something to show off. It's not something to show off. Someone told me today that when the Americans were fighting the Vietnamese, there was a time that they marched past. When they marched past, and when they showed their weapons, they didn't show their real weapons. So the Americans thought that these people, they don't have real weapons. When they attacked, that's when they saw that these Vietnamese, they had real weapons. And they won their war. So please, what I'm saying is that President Sako has said that he came on his own name and said, fund my children Boya. If I don't give you Boya, hold me responsible. And we will hold President Sako responsible if he fails to put my children Boya to where it's supposed to be done. This platform will hold him responsible. But let's not hijack the process. That whenever we will see any group on ground zero with the then guns, we go dagger. Hey, why they having them guns? Give them guns. Fund them this. Meanwhile, you are even talking on social media. You don't have any kobo. You're not giving any kobo to the Machida Boya. We understand. We want that the interim government, the Machida Boya, the ASC should make sure they provide real materials. They need real materials. But you agree with me that even 2 million cannot give every soldier AK. Cannot give AK. But it can give particular allied groups, allied groups, some amount of good this thing. Not every soldier. But we are hoping, we are laying our life on Sako that good. We are paying Machida Boya. It is a place for the ASC to make sure that they use that fund correctly and rightly. And Sako has said, hold him responsible if it does not. But we are running out of patience also. I understand people who are frustrated. They see people with them guns. My people, just be patient. I just know that you see that them guns over and over because the self-defense group are not stopping. They keep coming. They keep coming. Every community is now trying to defend. And when they defend, their first weapon are them guns. Because they don't know where to buy it. They don't know where to have it. So their first weapons are them guns and knives. By the time they must have been integrated into maybe ADF or SYL or the Self-Defense Council, then they will start having those real stuff. They can even attack those posts and get those real stuff. So, I'm saying that if we are supporting this Indian government and we support this about that Self-Defense Council, which has brought different self-defense groups, a part of the ADF and SYL, please, we make too much of noise because we want to see. We push them to show us, okay, these are the weapons. This. I know that these people, they are looking for roots. It's not easy. Not that those things are not in Cameroon. They are elsewhere. They must look for adequate routes to get it. It's not enough to buy. After you buy, you must find good transport. Good transport first into the country, and even within the country to distribute. So we make a lot of noise about that. So please, we should not just see every self-defense group coming on social media showing them guns, and we think that the ASC already knows that group. I don't think anyone within the ASC we have money and chop the money or sit on the money not to help. I don't think so.